We're here, day 29. A few people reached out. They said, Paul, it's Easter. Are you going to have this on Easter? Yeah, we are. And I'll try to make it very special. I did a lot of research for this one. I had my day, and I wanted to find the perfect, and I'm actually jealous because somebody was out there drinking. A friend of ours posted a picture of a tequila sunrise as their drink, and genius, and they said, well, we should have been at sunrise services. And I was like, ooh, that was a good one. But I'm going to do my best. We're going to make a rabbit gin sour, quarantine style. Let me tell you what this is all about. Come on in. Blue Monkey Quarantina. Easter is among us today. So, happy Easter to everyone. We'll get back to that. So today we're going to do something a little different, a little bit of a fancy cocktail. And again, I did some research. I really wanted something that was really representative, at least on the alcohol side of things of Easter. And I thought, well, what's better than a rabbit? And then also, we're going to be putting some eggs into this drink. Rabbit and eggs, I mean, hello, Easter, again, to some level. All right, here we go. Gin sour. Now, here's the thing. When we start talking about gin, there's really only a couple gin drinks, and everybody kind of just makes them all the same. So let's start off with a sour. So a gin sour, any sour, basically you're back in about 1860. And here's what I'm telling you about a sour. Sour has three components. That's it. You've got, and here's how you can remember a sour. Sour S, three S's. You have to have something strong, you have to have something sour, and you have to have something sweet. That's it. Three ingredients. That's all you ever have. So your strong is your liquor. We're doing gin. Sour, lemons, could be limes, but gin sours, lemon. And then sweet, we're going to go with superfine sugar. But sweet could be anything. If you remember, we did that little Boston sour where we used maple syrup. So anything sweet. So normally the ratio of a true sour, 4-to-1. 4 parts, 2 parts, 1 part. Now, as I tell you, it's going to be gin and lemon and sugar or simple syrup if you're going to use it. People are out there right now going, Paul, that sounds like a Tom Collins. Almost. The only difference between a sour and a Tom Collins is a Tom Collins, which is probably the most famous gin drink out there, is the addition of soda, which came around 1870. So about 10 years later, soda got real popular, so they started adding in drinks. Basically, you can take any sour, add soda, and you end up with a Collins version of it. So the Tom Collins, now this is a cute little thing to know about the Tom Collins. When it first came out, all the gins, and of course, they're very sour and all that. So there was a hoax that came out, and it was actually printed in papers. People would go out and say, hey, there's some guy out there talking about you. And people would be like, what do you mean? What do you mean talking about me? Oh my gosh, said all these horrible things about you. Now remember, this is the 60s. And actually newspapers started publishing these stories about this maniac man out there by the name of Tom Collins, who was saying all of these horrible things about people. Well, the hoax, the trick was you'd go to the bar because you'd be so angry and said, I want to meet this Tom Collins who's saying all these bad things about me. And at that point, the bar would serve you a Tom Collins sour drink for being sour. Anyway, that's kind of one of the things. The other thing is the original Tom Collins was made with Tom's gin. And that's the other reason it was called the Tom Collins. Now, we're going to add a little flavor to the drink, though, tonight. And we're adding egg whites. When you add egg whites, a lot of people think, oh, now you go from a Tom Collins to a gin fizz. Actually, the Tom Collins and the gin fizz are the exact same drink. The only difference is what kind of glass you put them in. When you add egg whites, you go from, so keeping track, right? You have a sour, all right, that's our building block. Add soda, and you have a Tom Collins or a gin fizz. A higher level, if you add egg white to it, you've now gone to what's called a silver gin fizz or silver fizz. That's egg whites. Now you can add just the egg yolk to this drink, and you'd have what's called the golden. pipe it down. Then you'd have a golden fizz, and if you add the entire egg, you have a royal fizz. Now, back all the way down, because we're making a rabbit sour. In a rabbit sour, we're adding the egg whites to it. No soda. All right, are you all with me? It's a lot of stuff, but let's start doing it, all right? So, told you how to do it. Now, we're going to learn a very neat little thing about bartending today, and it's called the dry shake. If you know, normally, I start off, I have ice. Well, my ice is separate today, and first we will put a little bit in our glass, just so we can get those chilled. Set those off to the side, but now you're still leaving that off the side. Sorry there, sorry about that, my little boople snoot. You want this to be empty, no ice, and here's why, because we're going to do our egg whites. So start off with all your ingredients, and you're going to go gin, 2 ounces. Yes, we're making 2. Double that. Now, you need your sweet. Now, we're using a superfine sugar this time. Now, what is superfine sugar? Well, we had a little trouble finding it. We had to go to Shelby's mom's house. She had a bag of sugar from like 1970, and it was superfine sugar back then. Man, that was a dad joke. No, superfine sugar is just, you can actually pulverize, that's what we did, a little food processor, and it just makes it dissolve easier. We're gonna go 2 teaspoons per drink. So we need a total 4, and that's your sweetness. But yeah, by making that powder, now it's not powdered sugar, that's very different. It's just your granulated sugar, super fine. All right, then the next thing you're gonna do are lemons, all right? Now before you do your lemons though, get a couple of the rinds, the little zest off of here for our decorations. Do that one. I didn't like that lemon. See if this one's a little bit nicer to me. All right, we'll save those. Now, we're going to go, you need about 2 ounces total, 1 ounce per drink, so 2 ounces. So we're going to put 2 whole lemons in here. Work with me. And then last lemon. Okay, now last part of this drink, egg whites. So you're not going to die, you're not going to get salmonella poisoning or anything like that. I don't think. Well, you guys won't because you're not even here. So just separate your egg yolk. There you go. And for God's sake, save that egg yolk. You know how hard it is to find eggs in the store right now? I mean, oh, jeez. Yeah, this is huge. So, 1 more. So why do we add egg whites to the drink? So this goes back as well as far as history. And they started adding egg whites because it does a couple things. It's a nice mouthfeel, but it also, it helps soften the sourness of a lot of drinks. So again, take your egg whites, put them into your drink. Now, no ice still. This is a dry shake. At this point, you're going to shake all these. And the reason you're doing this separate is you don't want that ice in there yet. If you see them do it over ice, you don't want that drink because it doesn't allow you to break up the protein of the eggs. So you want to do this. This kind of gives you that nice fluff, that nice feel. And you really want to give it a good chance. Now, once you've done that, right, now you come back, you add a little bit of your ice. Go back, now you do your wet shake. I realize it's still wet when you put all the other things in. It's dry because there's no ice. Don't screw with me. I didn't make this stuff up. And I didn't come up with it either. Again, another good shake, because you want that egg white to really froth up. All right. There you go. All your ingredients, nice and simple. Get rid of your ice. Hey, got them all in. Put that right over your coupe glass. right. Now, last thing we're going to do, because we got to quarantine these rabbit gin sours up, you're going to take a little bit, and we're going to go right on top on this one. I don't want too much. I want to, right? Oh, perfect. Save that stuff, it's gold. You can see that. All right, then garnish it with your little lemon. Now, the other thing too, though, really all we've done is, quite honestly, is made a gin sour with egg white. Why is it called a rabbit? So, I really did look hard for this recipe. This specific recipe is from a little pub in England called the Rabbit House. And they have all their own little versions of drinks. And this is their specialty drink, the Rabbit Sour Gin. And I thought, Rabbit Gin Sour, we can quarantine this up, and this is going to be our Easter drink. It's lovely. Now, here, bring it in one more time. What's beautiful is as it sits, you can see how that nice little separation, little egg white on the top. This is going to be delicious, folks. So, there you go, your Easter drink. I will say something I think very nice to everybody. You know, Easter, I'm not going to get religious on everybody, but you can't help to have Easter without thinking of things like rebirth and renewal. And for me, I will say one of the things that has come through all of this, being with all of you, is kind of a renewal of a lot of friendships. We've gotten to talk to a lot of people, hear from a lot of people, share things with a lot of people, and it's been very nice and special. Horrible circumstances, but we love the fact that we've gotten to get close with all of our friends again. So a happy Easter to everyone. Thank you for tuning in and watching another quarantine cocktail show, day 29, 7:30. Thank you for coming. Thanks for being here. We'll see all of our friends later. Love you all. Don't forget to make sure that you got all your boople snoots put back away now, and figure that one out. And we'll see you tomorrow at 7:30. Happy Easter.